If I was to say the words Mexican lasagna to you, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it that? Okay. It's not pretty, but it's pretty delicious. It's super simple, and I'll show you how to mess it up just like I did. I'll show you how to make this thing delicious. Okay, look at the whole thing. Okay, look at the whole. Come on. I tried to get the corner out, and it was still a little too hot, and it kind of. Yeah, what are you gonna do? But it's delicious. It doesn't take a very good thumbnail, but doggone it, it tastes amazing. And there's homemade enchilada sauce in here, a black bean corn salsa, refried beans. We're frying the flour tortillas. Oh yeah, we are. Deep fried flour tortillas in here. You got to see how this thing's made, and you're going to find out in about 2 seconds when we get started making our Mexican lasagna. In order to make this Mexican lasagna, we're going to need a couple of things. Mexico and lasagna. Just kidding. We need tortillas as our noodles, basically, and we're using a 13x9 pan. I looked everywhere. Even Timo didn't have 13x9 tortillas, so we're going to have to make some. What I have is some 12-inch giant burrito tortillas. As you can see, the pan here, they fit pretty nicely, because the pan isn't exactly the right size there. They go, the 13x9, 12x9, whatever, it's close enough, right? That's what they say. Okay, so we have our tortillas, and there is a longer bit and a narrower bit, just by the way they're made. So I've already arranged them so they're in about the right stack. When I picked them up, they moved a little on me. I'm just going to trim these because that's the easy way. Come on. So yeah, set this down on top of here. Basically, there you go. Now understand that you're going to have to scoot this over ever so slightly because this bottom is much smaller than the top. Let's take a knife, a nice sharp knife, boom. Now we're going to drop this off the edge so that we get this just right, and we're going to trim this side. Left-handed, it's a left-handed knife. It's okay, folks. I'm checked out on it. All right, now we have our tortillas. But we're not putting them in like this. Heck no. We're going for maximum flavor. So what we're going to do is deep fry these suckers. Deep fry the tortillas. Are you crazy? Well, we're going to shallow fry them. I'm going to take you over the stove right now and show you how to do that, because this part is awesome and it makes all the difference in how your Mexican lasagna is going to turn out. So let's go do that fast. So let's get these flour tortillas all fried up. We've got a 14-inch cast iron comal here with about maybe, an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch of oil in it, something like that. I am docking it a little bit so it doesn't get all the bubbles. Push the bubbles down as they pop up because you want this as flat as possible. Bubbles displace the stuff inside, so you can't put as much stuff inside, so don't do that. Flip it back and forth a few times. Once it gets nice and crusty, it is done. Set it off the side and let it drain. I'm going to show you how to do the little end pieces, because we've got our 4 tortillas already cooked up. We've got 8 little end pieces to do. Just lay them out like this, basically. Keep flipping them until they're nice and toasty, crispy, and then let them drain, and we have it done. That's basically about it. Set it aside, and let's start making our Mexican lasagna. Assembling this Mexican lasagna is pretty much like assembling any lasagna, except completely different. We're going to start with the sauce, as you normally would. We have some nice, good Mexican marinara here, also known as red enchilada sauce. You have seen this video, right? It's over on the Guillermo's channel. Guillermo's Cocina, come on. You have subscribed over there, haven't you? Come on. I do a lot of this stuff over there, more technical things. The fun stuff is generally here. The technical stuff is over there. If you want to learn how to make great Mexican food, Guillermo's Cocina is your place. Hey. Sorry, salesman voice came out. All right, so we have our super fun fried up tortillas. We're going to put these suckers in here, and they shrink just a little bit lengthwise. So we have our fillings. This is what these are for. Now you put that there like that, and this here like this, and it's close enough. No one's going to know the difference. All right, first thing going down in our Mexican lasagna is some of our meat here. You have seen this over on the Guillermo's channel. You're going to hear this a lot. I'm sorry if it's getting annoying, but I did this for the ground beef tacos, the tacos fritos over there. It's a simple recipe made from scratch. No packets involved. Pretty simple, really, and far superior to the stuff in the packets. However, if you do want to use the stuff in the packets, okay, that's fine. We're just going to put this out here. We're gonna get a little bit of quarter meat here. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna use, but it looks like we're gonna use most of it. We just want a very, very thin layer of this because we're doing 4 different layers on this thing. Well, 3, 4, I don't know. I can't count. Math. Okay. Right? Boy, they sure were right when they told us when we were kids. We never use math again in real life. It's a good call. Okay. We'll save a little bit of meat. Maybe we'll do something else with it. You don't know. Alright, that's going over here. Time for layer number 2. Second tortilla going down. More of our fun strips. Okay, now, what is the next thing a Mexican lasagna has to have? What does a regular lasagna have? Of course, refried beans. So, we're putting those down on this layer right here. Oh yes, we are. This, you've seen me make refried beans before. If you haven't and you're new here, go back to the channel homepage and search all kinds of stuff. You know, there's a little like magnifying glass thing there. You can put in refried beans. I think the Taco Bell refried beans is probably the most popular one. Okay, now, one of my favorite things at a Mexican restaurant is the refried beans because they put that little bit of cheese on top, and I call it the bean cheese, and that's my favorite thing. I usually save that for the end, pull it off the side, and eat that because it's got the beans and the cheese. So I'm putting some in here. Yes, I am. I'm going to put the layer of cheese inside. There's no cheese on the meat. There's no sauce on the meat. The meat has enough sauce of its own. You want it to have its own flavor in its own thing, so we're just going to put a little bit of that down. We're going to put a little bit of our cheddar. By the way, Monterey Jack cheddar, mild cheddar. Don't go with the sharp stuff. Don't go with the aged stuff. Just a mild, young cheddar. Wisconsin if you have it. If you can get Oaxaca cheese or Chihuahua cheese, please use that in here because it's freaking amazing. It's really good. I used to be able to get stuff. Not anymore. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit of sauce on this too because, come on, just a drizzle back and forth, not a ton. Okay, next layer. We've got our black bean and corn salsa right here. You saw me make this over on the Guillermo's channel. Just go to the Guillermo's channel. Check all these things out over there because that's where all the fun is. No, actually, this is where the fun is. That's where all the knowledge is. Does that make sense? Yeah, tortillas, they shrink when they cook. So just keep that in mind as you're cutting these. Do make them a little bit bigger. And we're running out of space quickly, which is okay because this is our last layer before we top it, sauce it, cheese it, and chuck it in the oven. We're in the oven. Black bean corn salsa. This, you might be just thinking to yourself, what is he doing? He's ruining this. I am not ruining this. Trust me, I don't like black beans. Not a fan of them. Just not. Couldn't imagine this without them. This corn was grilled and taken off the cob, by the way, grilled on the cob and then sliced off. That's why a couple of them are hooked together. What are you gonna do? Boy, this really kind of works perfectly. There's the exact amount of beans and pretty much the exact amount of or refried beans and now the exact amount of our corn sauce. That's not a lot of extra. That's enough for a couple of chips. If you like that sort of thing. I don't. Hold on. I am going to just, again, drizzle a little. Not a lot. The internet is full of lies. Okay, last layer here. This is the fun layer. This is where all the magic happens. This is where everybody says, holy crap, did you just do that? And I say, yes, yes I did. Because we are going to ladle this up with lots of sauce. This is the sauce that's going to melt down the sides. Seriously though, this sauce, you gotta go see how to make this sauce. It's insane. Got a little spice on it. I wish I had a glass of water at the back of my throat. So talk amongst yourselves until that clears up. All right, that's better. Got a glass of water. That seems to help quite a bit there. All right, I like to do it this way. Well, you know my voice is back to normal. I like to put a little bit of the meat on top. Just sprinkle it, just so you know you got some in there. It's a little fun. Before we cheese this thing, we're going to cheese the hell out of it. Eating ahead. Better than eating behind. All right, we're going to put not the remainder of the cheese. We're going to put an adequate amount of cheese, an obscene amount of cheese on this. And then we're going to put this in the oven 350 until it looks all melty, crispy, and bubbly. Great thing about these Pyrex dishes is you can see the bubbles in the side, and the whole thing that tells you that everything's done. Everything in here is already warm, but we want to make sure it gets all melty, gooey, and wonderful. So yeah, it's nice to see the things in there. That's pretty obscene. It's going in the oven. All right, 350, as long as it takes 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour and a half. We'll find out. When it does come out, I'll tell you how long it took, and then we'll both know together. Or I put it here already, because future me is smarter. I just get smarter every time. I have all the answers by the time I'm editing this. I have none of them right now. This is just going in, and I'm going to stop talking. All right, here we go. Mexican lasagna is out of the oven. That took 30 minutes exactly, but I'm at 3,000 feet elevation, and my oven may vary from yours, so just watch this thing. When you start getting brown tips on the cheese, put it, she's done. We had nice bubblage, and it's been resting here for almost 20 minutes, because this thing is nuclear hot, nuclear, as they say it, and I don't know where, but that is not the way you want to, end your tongue. So let this sit for a minute. It also helps kind of congeal a little bit. So when you try and take this thing out of here, it just doesn't turn to goo, because we don't want goo. We want grate. So I'm going to try and get a piece out of this thing. We're going to put it on the plate. We're going to make it look pretty. We're going to taste this thing. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. Come on, let's go in. Boy, I'm not even getting a big piece. What the hell's wrong with me? It's okay. Don't alert the authorities. I feel fine. Okay, we got a lot of layers to cut through and a lot of stuff. I think I've got it. Now, I'm using the 2 spatula method, and I got this thing exactly a spatula wide. And I like to go in with this guy this way and that guy that way. And I don't think I got underneath it. Oh boy. No, I did not. Okay, we're going to have to try to make this pretty. Otherwise, you won't know to click on this thumbnail. Look at how beautifully gooey that is. We got a couple layers on top of a few other layers and a few things. Okay, that looks sad. That looks really sad. That looks really sad. Poor little Mexican lasagna. It's gonna be delicious, but it looks sad. I probably should have let it rest a few minutes more and maybe try to get a bigger piece. Can I stuff this back under it? That'll make it look better. I don't know if I can fix this, folks. This may have to be pure movie magic as far as getting a thumbnail out of this thing, because zoinks, that ain't it. Care. You don't care. I've got some Tex-Mex fried rice here. I don't know if you saw that video over on the Guillermo's channel. I can't keep linking to the same thing every time. I keep pointing up there like it's not up there. It was up there at one time, but it can only go up once. This ain't it. All right, I am going to tear off just a little piece here. Got to get some cheese, some goodness, get some of the black beans, all of this yummy bits. Don't eat it over. Look how gorgeous this is. Okay, this is a mess. This is a hot, delicious mess. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm serious, y'all. This is so good. Sorry, I had to do that, lady, just for 1 second, because this is kind of the hot mess stuff that she's famous for. Let's be honest, there's a dozen of them. She just refers to the genre. Oh, that homemade enchilada sauce. This is just a vessel for the enchilada sauce. Come on. That enchilada sauce is incredible. It's way better than anything you're going to get out of a can or anything else. I love the chili-based enchilada sauces like that. It's just guajillo chilies, anchos, and 2 chili de árbol in there to give it that little bit of spice, and onions and garlic and a couple other things. But there's almost no tomato in that, so it's rich. It's almost like a mole. It's so good. Yeah, you gotta make some of that, and you gotta make some of this. And if you make yours look prettier than that, well, it's probably not going to be hard, because that is wow. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I'm calm. Yep. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, somebody else will do it for you. That's what my dad always taught me. Then he laughed at me because I was crying. He made me the man I am now, damaged and maladjusted. And apparently, there's your Mexican lasagna, folks. No more oversharing. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, have a good one. Bye.